Good morning, everyone. Dr. Vicky here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation. What? Say again? Yeah. Not just me speaking. Charlie has something to say, too. Today is Tuesday, the 23rd of September. I believe it's Rapture. Today is the Rapture. Hello? Hello? All right, I shouldn't make fun. Well, it is quite a transformational day. I'll give them that. Today, the sun will be making an opposition to Neptune, which is perfect, a perfect aspect for Rapture. The sun is our conscious awareness opposite, so getting the broadest perspective possible to Neptune, which is the divine. So in our own sort of way, we can have our own sort of rapture today and get a perspective. Now the sun, as we know, yesterday moved into Libra, and not only is there an opposition to Neptune, but there's also a trine to Pluto and a trine to Uranus. These are outer planets. So we will be getting information from higher sources. So even though we're kind of making fun of, people's belief in the rapture, we can kind of have our own sort of rapture. Now, I because I'm not a rapture person or don't really know about rapture, I would have to imagine for my own self, that this could be maybe a little bit of a discouraging time for them if in fact they don't ascend and the rest of us go to hell. Look, I kind of hate to tell them, but we're at this point, and I don't say this lightly, we kind of are in hell. And the devil's in charge, right? So we're just going to leave that aside because I also want to talk about Mars. Mars recently moved into Scorpio. Scorpio? Let me just double check in my mind. Mars. Yes, Mars moved into Scorpio. Likes being in Scorpio. Powerful in Scorpio. But also now, because of that, in the crosshairs of a yod with Pluto and Uranus. And also, we're going to be having a square to Pluto. These are all very off-planet energies. Mars being the planet of getting our desires fulfilled, our desires met, our conscious desires, the desire to separate from something, to sort of stand out, and so that is the energy for Mars, but with these off-planet energies, transformational energies, and also challenging aspects to Mars, we have to continue to be extra careful out there. People are not in their right minds, a lot of people, so, I hope that those who are seeking, rapture, get it, but leave us out of it, right? Leave us alone, and we'll figure it out here on planet Earth or hell or wherever heck else you think we are, and where you're not going to be. So you were wondering what is going on here. Well, this was the part of the tree that was so heavy. This is a peach tree. It was so heavy with peaches that it snapped the branch. And Michael hasn't gotten around to cutting it off, but you can see that there's still leaves on it, so it's still alive. And it was just too heavy to bring up, unless he can figure out a different way of getting it up there. I don't know, we'll have to see. Anyway, anywho, that's the story, Morning Glories. So just in case, I actually woke up at like 3 o'clock in the morning and couldn't fall back to sleep. So I went downstairs and I sat on the chair. We have what are the chairs you put the feet up? And that's like, you don't need a sleeping pill. You just need really sleep on that chair. I mean, sit on that chair. And the next thing I knew, I was sleeping. So this is coming out a little late. But at this point, I haven't actually seen anybody yet. So perhaps there was the rapture. And if that's the case, then I get to stay in Eden, which, for me is cool. I like where I am. I like Eden. I like Eden here at the Seeds of Transformation. So be careful out there. There is opportunities to open yourself up to higher vibrational energies. It's a great day to meditate, do your Tai Chi, whatever it is that you do. Do ritual if that's what you do. Because, I don't know, I was just watching, Chelsea Clinton on I Had It podcast, and just sort of, everything's happening so fast, all at once, and it's been going on for years now, right? We're kind of like people who are dealing with, trauma that doesn't ever seem to quite end. And I just sort of stepped back and I said, wow, we are really in a place that I don't think we've ever been before. I guess on some level it's a place that we needed to be. Something about this we need to understand. But as we sort of come out of it, then maybe we understand ourselves a little better, what's important to us, what we stand for. And I know that for me, I stand for love and compassion. I stand for healing. I stand for waking up to our magnificence. And I stand for a brighter tomorrow despite what we're being shown at the moment. So focus on the life that you want to see and you shall have it. All right, guys, have a great day. I'll see you again tomorrow morning. Sorry this is late. But if you're all still here, okay. The other thing I want to mention, and I have to go, I think, right, because I'm running out of space, is that I like to, interestingly enough, pay attention to the first critter I see. And of course, the first critter I saw this morning was Charlie, who was excited that I got up at 3 o'clock in the morning. And then, of course, the bird that I had to feed this morning. But I looked out at my where we keep the bird on the front porch, and I opened the window so I could have some, fresh air coming in. We closed it at night. We don't want anything coming through the screen, fish or cat or something, take my bird out. So we close everything down. And I looked out at the path to the front of the house, and there was a snake. Now, we don't have poisonous snakes. Well, we do, but we don't have poisonous snakes here. There is the eastern diamondback, but they're up in the mountains, so that's not us. And I was like, wow, transformation, shedding your old skin and being reborn. So that is what nature is trying to tell us today. It's time to shed your old skins and be reborn into the new. Rapture. Rapture. The only rapture I really knew about was the one that Blondie used to sing about. And I used to dance to that one. So I'm not sure it was about that rapture. Anyway, have a great day, everyone. Much love. Namaste.